So currently I'm staying at a Wyndham branded hotel. I've never stayed at a Wyndham before, never really wanted to, except this hotel, which I honestly didn't know was a Wyndham hotel. I got free breakfast, I got a suite upgrade, and I got a free cocktail. And all of this for no stays. Now, how did I do this? Did I just kind of charm the front desk person? A little bit, but it was mostly due to status matching. And status matching is a really powerful tool, even more powerful than you think. Let me show you what I mean. So for me to get that Wyndham Diamond status, which gave me the free suite upgrade, the free breakfast, and the free cocktail, all I needed was the Hilton Gold status. But also, you're not only restricted to Hilton Gold status. There are multiple different statuses that would qualify you for Wyndham Diamonds. But the actual process is fairly easy. So you do have to have a Wyndham account, of course. So you can either sign up for a Wyndham's account, or if you have a Wyndham account, just go ahead and sign in. Then after you're signed in or finished setting up your account, go ahead and Google status match to Wyndham, or I'll leave a link in the description below. After signing in and going to the web page, it should look like this. Match your status to Wyndham Rewards member level. Then it's just a basic form that you just fill out. Loyalty program information. Now this is where you want to use the status that you're matching to Wyndham. So remember that list. Make sure you go through that and see which statuses that you currently have and what you could be matched up to. And especially make sure you're very careful looking through that, because some statuses that are harder to get, in my opinion, like the World of Hyatt membership, Discoverist or anything below Globalist doesn't give you the highest Wyndham status. But if you have like a Hilton's Gold, which isn't the highest status, or a Marriott Gold, that will give you the highest Wyndham status for some reason, even though in my personal opinion, it's fairly easy to get. So all I have to do is select Hilton Honors and then type in the status that I want to match up to Wyndham. Next, I'll ask for your membership verification. You just use a picture or a screenshot of your membership card to make sure that you have that Hilton Gold status and you're not trying to, trick them. And it's fairly easy. All I had to do was go into my Hilton Honors account, go into the account, membership, and just kind of screenshotted my name, the membership number, and what status that I had with Hilton. And then they had this comment section, which is optional. I didn't put anything in it, and I was approved for Wyndham Diamond. So I don't think you really have to put anything in it. Then finally, just make sure that you click on the button, match my status. And it's basically that easy. It maybe takes about less than a minute to actually write out the form. It maybe takes a couple of days for them to confirm. Sometimes it can take weeks, but usually they're fairly quick. So then by status matching, you get the same benefits as someone who has stayed 40 nights at a Wyndham property. So even though you're a Pseudo's Diamond member, you get all the same benefits as a Wyndham Diamond member, which is pretty cool. So that was pretty easy, not a problem at all. Now, does every single company status match? So it's kind of tricky. A lot of companies do match and make it easy. However, not every company does make it easy. So with the same thing with Choice Hotels, it's kind of still pretty easy, but it's not as easy as Wyndham. So Wyndham, they have you fill out a form. Everything is self-explanatory. Everything's there. But for Choice Hotels, you have to email them, and you have to email them basically the same stuff, but you have to kind of format it on your own. But honestly, I would say that's fairly easy too. I think the problem when it comes to status matching is when you have to call in. In some statuses, you do know that you can call in. It's fairly easy. Everything is about the same, but there are some companies that don't publicly offer the status match. However, you call in and just say, hey, I'm a Delta Silver Sky Medallions member. I'm thinking about, choosing your airlines. There's not a public status match to, maybe like Frontier, for example. I'm not sure if there actually is, but you can just go ahead and ask. And sometimes they do grant that status match. So it's kind of a tricky territory. I remember when Delta was being really restricted with lounge access and everyone was like, oh, I'm going to be quitting Delta. A lot of airlines did actually offer to status match from Delta Sky Medallions member to like Alaska to a bunch of different airlines, and people did take advantage of that, which was fairly funny. Hey, if you don't make the customers happy, they can go anywhere else. That's the beauty in all of this, right? But you can take it much further than that. You don't have to only match with one status. You can match with multiple different statuses. Like, for example, we have the Wyndham status, right? I match my Hilton Gold status to Wyndham Diamonds, but apparently you can even match that even further and go from Wyndham Diamonds to Caesar's Diamonds. Now, they did close this loophole. There is still a way to get Caesar's Diamond from Wyndham Diamond, but you have to get that $95 Wyndham credit card to be able to match to Caesar's Diamond. So speak of the devil and he shall appear, I guess. So starting February 1st of 2025, if you're a Wyndham card holder hoping to match to Caesar's Diamond, make sure you do that before February 1st, because after that, they'll no longer be able to match that to Caesar's Diamond. Only if you organically earn Wyndham Diamonds, which, requires that 40 nights. I'm not sure if you really want to spend 40 nights at a Wyndham property. Maybe if you're doing road trips, maybe. But back to the video. But at one point, it was possible. The reason why a lot of these companies want you to match these statuses with them is because when you have these higher statuses, they're expecting you to move over your business to them. However, there is one issue. A lot of these status matches are temporary. So some of them will actually give you the entire year to enjoy all the benefits, see if maybe you can earn status for the next year. But there are some, like for example, the Wyndham one, if you don't stay 10 nights within 90 days, you'll completely lose that Wyndham Diamond status. And a lot of programs are like this. A lot of programs don't want to give up their status for free. So they're going to see and kind of test run you to see if you're a valuable customer to keep within their base, whether or not it's worth them giving you all these status benefits. So before you go all willy-nilly and match all these different statuses, make sure that you can actually take advantage of these statuses. See if you're going to be doing a lot of Wyndham stays in the more recent months. Maybe you're going to a location that only has Wyndham properties, which is possible. I think Helen, Georgia is one. Gatlinburg, there's not as many chain hotels. Or if you're just okay losing that status, maybe you're just staying at like one Wyndham property. You don't stay at Wyndhams that much, but you want to enjoy this one Wyndham when you can, right? Now that sounds like a lot of work. Why would you go ahead and just continuously match? Well, you have to think about it. Not only are you earning on the multipliers, so you're earning like almost some programs, even double the multipliers what you would earn back in points, but some of these upgrade opportunities, especially on airplanes, can be really powerful. Like for example, maybe you booked an economy class, maybe for an international trip, it probably costed you maybe about like $400, maybe even like 40,000 points, right? Depending on which program you're using. Of course, if you're going to be using American Airlines, it's going to be half that. But what happens if you get an upgrade to premium economy, business class, or even first class? How much more does those points or your cash value go even further? This is why we love to chase status, for the free upgrades that you wouldn't be able to get if you didn't have any status at all, or just even an elevated status. Like for example, at the hotel that I'm staying at, I only got this room because I'm a Wyndham Diamond member. You get free suite upgrades if they're available. And if I wasn't a Wyndham Diamond member, I would have to pay for this suite upgrade, which isn't too bad, honestly. It was only about $100, but still, $100 back into my pocket for basically just filling out an online form. I don't think that's anything too bad. But then you go even further with the other statuses and you're basically making bank without actually spending money from your bank, right? And that's why status matching is so powerful. But what do I think about my stay at this Wyndham property? And honestly, I wasn't expecting that much because, it's still a Wyndham, but it actually isn't too bad. I mean, especially with this suite upgrade, I got this bathtub and everything, so that's pretty cool. However, based on the pictures, I was expecting it to be a little bit nicer, but it's kind of like, I would compare it to a Hyatt place, especially if you got a Hyatt place with a suite upgrade. But I don't know, a lot of the stuff here is kind of cheaply made. The staff is like, I feel understaffed. Overall, it's not a terrible property. I mean, if you have Wyndham status, you could potentially get a suite upgrade, and personally, I'm not turning down a suite upgrade no matter which hotel it's from. With the suite upgrade, we got a half bath, a full bath with bathtub, along with a shower. There's a dining table, there's an espresso pods, an espresso machine. There's also a Keurig machine, which is pretty surprising. A lot of cabinet space. There's even a sofa and a chair. The bedding was pretty soft, pretty nice. Nothing that I expect from a Wyndham property. This hotel is in a pretty good location. It's across from the Whole Foods. There's a lot of things to do. There's a Shake Shack, so if you have the American Express Gold card, you can use your credit over there. So if I had to stay at a Wyndham property, it would definitely have to be this one. But yeah, that's the insane power of status matching. Maybe something to look into, and I'll see you later.